DocuSign ID verification solutions enable you to require recipients to verify their identity before they can sign an agreement. This can help you comply with various industry, country, or regional regulations such as Know Your Customer and the UK and EU eIDAS regulations. DocuSign has developed various ID verification solutions to meet your specific needs. Different solutions offer different identity verification methods. For example, with DocuSign ID verification, recipients can verify their identity by providing an image of a government-issued ID, using an electronic or bank ID, authenticating with a clear account, or completing knowledge-based authentication. If you've configured your DocuSign account to retain ID verification data, you can use the ID Evidence API to retrieve information about an ID verification event after an agreement participant successfully completes ID verification. Administrators can specify the types of data to store in the identity verification settings for the configuration and use. In addition to storing ID images, you can choose to retain personal information, document details, and other data for photo IDs. Separate options are available for electronic IDs or knowledge-based authentication. After an ID verification event, you can call the ID Evidence API to retrieve the event data you've chosen to save. These endpoints support integrating identity data into your organization's line of business systems, or archiving identity documents to your secure storage. DocuSign ID verification and the ID Evidence API support a wide variety of use cases, such as establishing relationships in financial services, patient onboarding in healthcare, and employee onboarding in human resources. For instance, a financial services organization could integrate DocuSign ID verification into processes like account onboarding and loan applications. They could then use ID Evidence API endpoints to collect and archive identity information for compliance with Know Your Customer regulations. To make a request to the ID Evidence API, your integration needs to acquire two different tokens, an access token and a resource token. To acquire an access token, your integration must authenticate using OAuth 2.0. The ID Evidence API supports the same authentication methods as other DocuSign REST APIs, including the eSignature API. Depending on your use case, DocuSign recommends using either Confidential Authorization Code Grant or JSON Web Token Grant. When you work with the ID Evidence API, your integration first needs to make some calls to the eSignature REST API. So when you request an auth token to work with the ID Verification API, you need to specify the signature scope so you can also make the required eSignature requests. Requests to ID Evidence API endpoints do not require a separate scope. You may also need to include additional scopes for your specific use case, such as impersonation for the JWT auth flow. The ID Evidence API also requires integrations to obtain a unique resource token for each request for data, which provides an additional layer of security. You obtain a resource token by calling the eSignature API. A resource token is scoped to a specific envelope and recipient and is valid for only 2 minutes. After your integration receives both an access token with the appropriate scopes and a resource token, it can make requests to the ID Evidence API.